Hey everybody, welcome to the Healing Place Church Devotional. So glad you are joining us today. We've been in the Soul Care series, diving in deep to make sure we are good in our souls. And today we're going to read Psalm 34, verse 19 through 22. It says, "The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time. For the Lord protects the bones of the righteous. Not one of them is broken. Calamity will surely destroy the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be punished. But the Lord will redeem those who serve him. No one who takes refuge in him will be condemned." So this week we've been walking through Psalm 34. And I'm sure you've heard by now, if you followed along in previous days, David is here in a cave. If you read the beginning of this chapter, there's the little italics, the footnotes, and my Bible says, "A psalm of David regarding the time he pretended to be insane in front of Abimelech, who sent him away." So David is not in the most pleasant of situations, and he is writing this beautiful psalm from a very dark place in his life, from a literal cave. And I don't know where you are. Maybe you're running from something. Maybe there is a struggle that's right in front of you and things do not look bright. I want you to think about these words again that David wrote. And I think it's interesting because I think back to a couple weeks ago, I got a chance to go visit in Colorado. My husband and I got to get away and it was beautiful. And we stayed at a friend's house. We got there at night, so we could not see the view from the house. But when the morning came and we looked out the window from where the kitchen sink was, all we saw was mountains. It was gorgeous. It was so bright. And I don't know what your view is like today, what you're facing. It may feel dark. It may not feel like you have much ahead of you. There's not a beautiful picture there in front of you and you don't see, hey, God, what are we doing? Where are we going? I don't know what hope looks like. I want you to think about this. Here is David in a current situation like that. It doesn't look bright. He's in a cave and he says, "The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time." He says it because he knows it. He's experienced it. He knows at this point he's been anointed to be king of all of Israel. He's not there yet. And he's holding on to that promise. And he's saying, the Lord comes to the rescue each time. When you're in those dark places, you're in a cave, you need to speak those things, say those things, believe those things. God, you've never disappointed me. There's been times where I've wondered where you were, but you always show up. And here he says, the Lord comes to the rescue each time. You know, our cave is not forever. Somebody needs to hear that today. Your cave is not forever. You might see things in front of you that don't look good, but it's not forever. And I want to challenge you by asking you this question. What do you believe about God? What do you believe about God? David believed that he came to the rescue every time, because he does. What do you believe about God? Let that show up in your faith and how you pray in the middle of your cave. I pray that this was a blessing to you right where you are. I pray that the Lord ministers to you and reminds you that he is a God who shows up. We love you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day.